tour. I've had a lot of people ask us how we live in a camper with both of our kids and how we actually functionally make it work. So I'm going to do that's fine, go ahead. Crazy kids. So I'm going to do a quick tour of the camper that we live in and then just give you a few pointers on how we make it work. So we live in a Wildwood Extra Light. It's made by Forest River. It's, I believe, 27 feet long, right? 26 feet long, and it has a bunkhouse in the back. So I'll show you that. So go inside. Out here, I really like this. This is where I do most of my cooking outside so that it doesn't get really hot in the camper in the summertime when I'm cooking. Our camper does have 2 doors, and we usually keep the awning out as long as it's not raining really hard, because that gives us a dry place outside. And then we also have this canopy out here for the boys to keep the sun off of them, because it gets really hot here in northern Kentucky in the summertime. So we have this canopy so the kids have somewhere where they can play outside and not be eaten alive by the sun. So we'll go inside. So when you first come in, this is it. To the right here is the master suite, as I like to call it, but it's where James and I's bed is. So it is a queen size bed. And here you've got a queen size bed and you've got a small cabinet for storage on either side. James keeps his clothes on this side and some stuff in his little cabinet thing here. And then I keep my clothes over on that side. And then I have another thing of 3 pull-out drawers that I keep my socks and little things in there. And then we also keep our hats and books and other stuff up above the bed. And then underneath the bed as well as a lot of storage. And I store stuff under there that we don't use very frequently. So that's that. One thing I will say about this bed is width-wise, it is a true queen, but length-wise, it is not. I'm 5'8", and my feet hang over the edge of this bed, and James is 6'2", 6'3", and his feet hang over the bed like a good foot. So if you really are gonna live in a camper, I would recommend buying a camper that's longer, and for the adults has a bed that's a true length of like a normal queen-size bed. So then in the bedroom area, we do have these little doors here. They do actually slide open and close. So at nighttime or when the baby's napping in there during the day, you can actually shut this on both sides. And then it gives you a little bit of privacy, and it's a little bit of sound control. So during the daytime, what I do is I put the baby's pack and play on top of our bed in there. And then I have this box fan that I turn on medium, and that creates a nice white noise so that when the baby is sleeping, he doesn't hear us coming in and out of the camper. Obviously, TV here. We live way out in the country, so we just get a few channels, but for our kids, it works perfect. We do have a DVD player, and it's also an FM radio as well, so we watch a lot of movies. We have our movies here for our kids, which is great. There's only kids' movies, so we've been living in the camper now basically 6 months, and James and I have never watched a movie because we don't have movies to watch. So, the kids enjoy it though. Underneath here is some storage, which I really, really like. I keep the baby's diapers and wipes here. I keep all the boys' books here, and we really do get these books out and read them almost every single day. Also have some like preschool, school books that I do with Elias in there a lot. Over on this side is our baggies and tape and that kind of odds and ends, and then school and craft supplies down there for the boys. The couch really easily pulls out into a bed. We never have to actually use it because we have the bunkhouse in the back. But if we needed to, it's really easy to make this in a bed. All you do is pull it, and voila, you have a bed. There is storage as well behind the couch, and honestly, I just keep the boys' toys back there, the ones that we don't use very often, and then whenever they want them, I can pull them out, but that's what stays back there. And the cartons that I'm collecting for our eggs, for when our chickens start laying eggs. So that's the couch. Here's where I keep the toys that the boys use frequently, the ones that they really, really like, and I let them have access to this and get the toys out when they want, and it keeps them content. Okay, so then back here, that's the toys. This is where I keep frequently used clothes for the boys, socks and underwear in there, and this little black thing is like hats, other little odds and ends. This is where I keep our potatoes, onions, bananas. And then over here, this is the table, and underneath both of these actually opens up, and James keeps all of his extra clothes under there, and this is where I keep all of Levi's clothes and some of Elias's clothes. So that's where we eat. And then over here, let's do the kitchen next. So I have 2 cabinets above our sink area. This is where I keep stuff for cooking. Obviously, we live here, so we have to eat. James's coffee maker. I really do use these for what they say. That really is sugar, coffee, and tea, so we use those. This here has a light on it and a fan for if I do cook inside, and this is a 3-burner stove. Our camper does not have an oven. It has storage underneath, which is where I keep our plates and cups. And I would recommend, if you're buying a camper to live in, definitely get one with an oven. I use our crock pot a lot, but there have been times that I would really like to use an oven. I'll show you what we use for an oven though, since our camper doesn't have one. Underneath, or here, is just silverware, spices, and then this one is like all of our cooking utensils. And then underneath the sink as well is where I keep our cleaning supplies and my little thing that I pull out to set the dishes on to dry after I wash them. And yes, I know, there's dirty dishes in the sink, but we ate dinner tonight and I haven't had a chance to wash them yet. So I do know that there's dirty dishes in the sink. The unfortunate thing about living in a camper is you do have to wash the dishes almost every night, because if you don't, flies will get in here and they will be attracted to it and it stinks. So obviously there's no dishwasher, so you have to do them pretty much every night. Okay, moving on to the fridge. For a camper, I feel like this is a decent sized fridge. It's enough for us. I usually go to the grocery store once a week and we can make that work, because I do most of the cooking. We don't eat out very often. So obviously food and stuff in there. And then up here, for a camper, I feel like this is pretty decent freezer space. That's like our emergency food when I don't cook dinner. All right, so then back here is the bunks. This has a little ladder that comes out, so it's easy for the kids to go up and down, but honestly, we never use it because they don't sleep on the bunks. The top bunk we just use for storage. I always have a basket here that I throw our dirty clothes in, and then our washer and dryer is actually hooked up in our barn behind the camper, so I do all of our laundry there. And then it's just kind of a catch-all for other stuff. This is our basket of towels and other odds and ends. Underneath here, if you want to show this, is actually where Elias sleeps. I'll turn the light on. So he sleeps under there. This is like basically a twin-size bed, and then obviously you see the pack and play and stuff in there. No, I don't fold the sheets every day because I don't care what it looks like. But underneath here, if you do want to show them that, there's like 3 drawers, and that's where I keep most of Elias's clothes that he wears on a daily basis. Since he's not really big, he doesn't need that big of a bed, so we're able to utilize some of that space to store his clothes, which is really nice. Sweeper and dustpan, and then a trash can. A lot of people comment on how small our trash can is, but it kind of works to our advantage because the bigger of a trash can you have, the longer it sits there and fills up with trash. So since it's so small, we have to take it out every night, and it keeps the camper from stinking, so it's kind of a win-win. All right, let's finish this up. So over here is a thermostat where we do have heat or air conditioning, and it honestly works really well. I have it off right now so you can hear because it's loud, but it does work nicely. This is where I keep our pots and pans, the 2 best cookbooks in the world. And this is what I use for our oven. It's like a toaster oven, and so I can make biscuits and things like that in there. This is bread, chips, kind of catch-all, our boxes and cereals and things, pots and pans. And then under here, canned goods and just random kitchen stuff. This is like the perfect size for cans. You can actually put them in upright and they fit, which I was very impressed with. All right, last but not least, this is our bathroom. So you do have a shower back here, and what I love about this camper is that the shower is a tub shower combo. So having little kids, this is so ideal because I can very easily give our kids a bath. A lot of campers only have a shower, so I'd recommend if you do have little kids and you're going to live in your camper for an extended period of time, definitely get a camper that has a tub shower combo. And then over here, obviously mirror, say hi babe. And then in here is our storage. So up here is all of our medications and other things that we would need. And then down here is like our deodorant, toothbrush, basic stuff. Obviously, sink there. And then under here is where I keep our toilet paper and overstock stuff. My makeup that I never wear is under there too. Oh, this is cool. It's a fan you can turn on when someone poops so it doesn't sink in here. Turn that fan on. And then you open it up. Smart. Anyway, James originally, when we moved into the camper, had a water regulator on in the camper, so the water pressure was really low to keep the pipes from busting, and it was like impossible to wash the dishes. We made it work, but finally last month he was like, whatever, I'm taking it off. He took it off. I forgot how nice it was to live with proper water pressure. Now I can wash my hair in no time, and I can wash the dishes in no time. It used to like run out at like a trickle speed. But I think that's really about it. Another tip that I would recommend is for our showers at night, we don't leave the hot water heater and the propane on all day. We just turn that on at night. It only takes about 15 minutes to heat up the water for us to take showers. So, and that's where the button is. So what we do is 15 minutes every night before we need to take our showers and give the kids baths. We just turn it on, and that way it only is on for 15 to 30 minutes a day, and you can save a lot of propane that way. We lived in the camper now for 6 months. How many propane tanks have we gone through? Like 2?
Well, no, about 4.
Okay, which I don't think is bad because the tanks are small. So this is it. I mean, it's crazy. I'm not going to say that living in the camper is easy, but we're so used to it now that it really isn't bad. I actually kind of enjoy it. And then obviously the windows too, they have these little shades that very easily come down. So at night we have complete privacy and no one can see in. And all of the windows actually do open and they have screens. So on cool days I do open them up to let the camper air in and out, and it's nice. So thanks for watching. If you want to live in a camper, you can definitely do it. It's a lot of work, but it's doable. And it can really be a lot of fun and create a lot of really good memories for your family. Do you like living in the camper?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where's your bed at? Over there? Yeah, do you like your bed? Yeah, yeah. And at nighttime, I forgot to mention, when Levi sleeps, what we do is we pull the pack and play out, and we just pop up the pack and play right here, and then I put a big blanket over top of it to keep the light out if we turn the lights on and off. That way we don't wake him up. And it works great. All right, Elias, can you say bye? Say bye to Daddy.
Bye.
Say bye. Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And this is what the camper typically looks like on a normal day. There's always toys all over the place because the kids are out here playing from sun up to sundown. And there's usually food in the background, as you can see there, where I'm cooking dinner. And this is the back of the camper.